Now, your Storm Team 2 forecast first.
We're seeing those showers and storms stream north across the area. We'll continue to keep you updated on those rain chances coming up.
Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Bukowski.
And I'm Lydia Robinson.
New today, a suspect is in custody following the double homicide in West Ashley on July 15th. 17-year-old Zamir Brown will be charged with murder and possession of a firearm after killing 15-year-old Tailcoos Williams. Police say Brown gunned down Williams after Williams killed the other victim, Jaquel Brown. Brown is currently being held on a $100,000 bond.
A Pawleys Island man is charged with murder in connection with a deadly shooting outside a nightclub in Georgetown County. 27-year-old Damian Great is accused of killing 24-year-old Lamar Ellerston, who's also from Pawleys Island. Ellerston died from a gunshot wound he suffered outside the club on Pettigrew Drive early last Tuesday. The investigation is still going on. 2 inmates are back behind bars after being released by mistake, according to Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. The 2 inmates, Jimmy Christopher and Montez Phillips Edgecombe, were serving their time for parole violations at the Berkeley County Jail when officials did not read the intake paperwork properly, causing the inmates to be released early. 3 employees were responsible, suspended, and the inmates will return 12 hours after their release.
New at 2, the North Charleston police now have a driver in custody after a high-speed chase that ended in a crash. The pursuit began shortly after 3 a.m. this morning when police tried stopping a car on I-26. The driver failed to stop and turned on Dorchester Road, then Meeting Street Road, where the vehicle crashed. A passenger in the vehicle was taken to the hospital. The South Carolina Highway Patrol is currently investigating the situation.
2 North Charleston residents have been arrested on 8 charges in connection with exploitation of a minor. 46-year-old Jason Evan Down and 42-year-old Christina Nicole Alderman were taken into custody after engaging in production of child pornography. Investigators say Down also engaged in sexual activity with the minor, and Alderman exposed herself to a minor. Both were taken in on July 27th and charged with sexual exploitation of a minor. The case will be prosecuted by the Attorney General's office. A News 2 update, we now know the identity of a Latin woman who was shot while lying in her bed on July 4th. The coroner identified 42-year-old Suzanne Richardson as the victim. According to Charleston County Sheriff's Office, an unknown suspect fired multiple rounds into the residence, striking Richardson in the head while she was laying in bed. She was transported to the hospital where she would die from her injuries on July 16th. The incident is currently under investigation. Anybody with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 843-554-1111. A Spartanburg woman is saying that her dog may have been poisoned after she received multiple death threats. The woman's golden retriever died around 4 a.m. on July 23rd. She says she spoke with a doctor who told her the dog's illness was consistent with poisoning. She said she's been receiving death threats prior to the dog's death and believed the death is related to the death threats. No further information is currently available.
A dog managed to get loose from his collar and get lost, only to get shot later on. Now the Charleston Animal Society is working to protect loose dogs from more harm. News 2's Lydia Robinson has the story.
If you see an unleashed dog in your neighborhood, that does not give you permission to harm it. Your best bet, bring it here to the Charleston Animal Society.
Within minutes, he said he heard a loud pop.
Monday, a lost dog was shot after he slipped out of his collar and got away.
I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I was heartbroken. Like, how could someone do that to a defenseless animal?
Moose, like any other day, was on an evening walk with his owner.
He's very playful. He likes to be chased, so if he does get off of his leash or out the front door, he wants you to run after him.
Investigators are still on the case, but say it can be ruled self-defense if the dog was being aggressive.
We assume there could be a cruelty, but the dog could have been aggressive and someone could have been protecting themselves. And if that's the case, there's no problem with coming forward and identifying yourself.
Moose's owner says him being aggressive was not a chance.
There's not an aggressive bone in his body. Like, he's super playful. If anything, he would have wanted someone to chase him. Like, I couldn't imagine him approaching anyone or running towards anyone.
The suspect, if identified, could face some charges because being unleashed isn't enough.
You know, it has to present itself as a threat to your safety, to your well-being, or safety of others. You can't just randomly shoot an animal because it's off a leash.
The Charleston Animal Society's anti-cruelty program is offering a $1,000 reward for anyone that has information about the shooting. In North Charleston, Lydia Robinson, Count on 2.
Next on News 2.
Tax-free weekend is right around the corner. How Tanger Outlet plans to help customers get more savings this weekend.
Planning that evening ahead, we'll see the rain chances begin to decrease a little bit, dropping down to 30% with 80s through the evening.
With tax-free weekend around the corner, the Tanger Outlet welcomes all shoppers to come out and spend. Stores will be offering great deals from August 3rd through August 5th. And Tanger encourages customers to take advantage of additional savings by visiting the Shopper Services Center and the food court to pick up their Tanger-style coupons. The coupons will be worth 25 cents off in certain stores. The outlet will extend store hours to 10 p.m. from Friday, August 3rd to Saturday, August 4th. Dorchester School District 2 plans to add 4 more school resource officers to district schools for the upcoming school year. The decision comes after the district's Security Task Force Committee discussed new budgeting information for the funding of school safety personnel. The new SROs will be assigned to the Flowertown Elementary or Newington Elementary, Span Elementary or Somerville Elementary, and possible Somerville High School.
With gas prices steadily on the rise, drivers are trying to find ways to save more at the pump. And CARTA has a way that you can stop spending so much at the pump. Ditch the pump and take public transportation. That's what CARTA is advocating today on National Dump the Pump Day, but they're also trying to break a record.
It's a great start, sort of like the ridership gateway to our next phase at CARTA, which is to provide better service, more efficient service, and to expand public transit in the Lowcountry.
Especially with all the tourists visiting for the summer, any chance to reduce cars on the roads is important.
The biggest benefit to public transit in any region is giving people alternatives that are safe and comfortable and efficient.
CARTA hopes public transportation will bring more of a community feel to Charleston.
So the whole idea behind Dump the Pump is to get people interested, engaged, and educated about the availability of public transit in their area.
CARTA will be giving away prizes all day on the bus, and you can even enter on social media.
So get out there, hashtag yourself, Dump the Pump, look with the people that you're out with that are out there, and make a new friend.
CARTA has big plans for the future of public transportation in Charleston.
We here at CARTA understand in this community the need to expand public transit and to bring public transit to places that people are going.
There is still time to enter the contest, so download the CARTA app today and sign the pledge. Reporting from North Charleston, I'm Lauren Bukowski. Count on 2. Mount Pleasant transportation officials have decided to go with the installation of a new traffic signal at the intersection of Ben Sawyer Boulevard and Center Street Extension. The new traffic signal will include pedestrian push buttons and crosswalks for all parts of the intersection and will be coordinated with the signals along with Ben Sawyer Boulevard and Coleman Boulevard using an adaptive traffic signal system. According to the Mount Pleasant Communications Office, the project is projected to be completed by December 2018.
Throughout the summer, the Lowcountry has been packed with tourists and other visitors, leading to more traffic around Charleston. Now, city officials are making sure downtown is safer for both residents and visitors. Our own Ava Hoffman has more.
During the summertime, downtown Charleston is packed with people and cars, so city officials are making sure it's going to be safer. To get more insight about recent changes to the Septima Clark Parkway, we spoke to City of Charleston's Director of Traffic and Transportation, Keith Benjamin.
So the entire Septima Clark Parkway has been fully retimed, both for traffic flow but also pedestrian accommodations.
Officials are working together to make sure that the crosstown is safer, and they're starting with the crosswalk. The improvements include adding new 2-stage crossing signals, no turn on red signs, and a new access point to the pedestrian bridge.
Unfortunately, the young man who was killed on Cumming Street happened on the year anniversary of me being appointed into this position. And it was just another reminder to me that we needed to be focused on safety of every mode of transportation. If you're walking, if you're biking, if you're using transit, if you're using your motor vehicle, how are you supposed to function within the public right-of-way? And what are we doing at the city level and in partnership with the state, in partnership with the neighborhoods to make sure that folk can traverse in the safest way possible?
Benjamin says that coexisting in the space means that everyone should be conscious about the actions revolving around the area. Ava Hoffman, Count on 2.
New tariffs from the Trump administration could pose a threat to Volvo jobs in South Carolina. Volvo CEO Hakan Samuelson says the number of jobs created by the company could be cut in half due to the U.S.-China trade dispute. Now it's time for Living Local with our very own Lauren Fury to see what she has in store for us today.
Today we are at the Mount Pleasant Farmers Market with the movers, shakers, and creators who are keeping our bellies and shopping baskets full. The Mount Pleasant Farmers Market is the place to be, with freshly picked vegetables, fruits, and flowers. But it doesn't stop there. Ready-made meals, local seafood, baked and canned goods, and locally produced snacks are all hot topics. Today, we stop by to Blue Pearl Farms, Olinda Olives, and Fields Farm to hear from the smiling faces themselves.
We are an organic practice blueberry farm. We're outside McClellanville on the edge of the Francis Marion National Forest. We keep about 100 colonies of bees in several different locations, so we can target different plant communities in the low country and have a real vivid taste of the low country for people to try. And that includes some that include our blueberry nectar from the bees collecting nectar from the flowers. We never add anything to our honey. And we also keep bees in the swamp where they go to visit tupelo trees, black tupelo and soft palmetto, which makes it different tasting honey. And then we have honeys that reflect the coastal plains. So our goal is to have things that are really irresistible to people. So we work really hard to provide high quality, unique opportunities to understand what the low country has to offer. So these are really old-fashioned blueberries, but they're easy to grow, difficult to maintain and pick. So people don't really like to grow them so much, but they have fabulous flavor. We pick them fresh every day before we come to the market. And when people come to the market, we can kind of tell if they're coming to the honey and the blueberries because they have this look on their face.
My name is Joseph Fields. I'm the third generation farmer. Grandparents had the property. My family had the property to farm. Now I got the farm. And I'm farming until my grandson get up to age that he take over the farm. And people love low country, local fresh produce, organic produce. And I'm trying to grow the best for them. Tomatoes, watermelon, cantaloupe, squash, kale, broccoli, all of them good stuff that they love to eat.
So this is Olinda Olives and Olive Oil, and truly a family business. We bought olive acreage in 1999 and this company in 2005 out in California. And I began doing farmer markets in 2011 and have now grown to 6 markets, really enjoy it, fresh products. People at farmer markets really like to know where their food comes from, and we're able to tell them the story.
Well, it's been raining for the last couple of days, but there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's check in with Storm Team 2 and see if we will have drier days ahead of us. Grant, what do you have for us?
Yeah, we might see a pattern change as we head towards the weekend. Right now it's been a little wet, but we'll have to check it out. But looking over downtown right now, you can see some showers in the background, partly cloudy skies up front. Currently, right now, temperatures are looking to be about 89, feeling like 102 out there with that high humidity, winds out of the south at about 15 miles per hour. Current temperatures across the region, 84 in Walterboro, 86 up to Somerville at this hour, 89 down to Charleston, and then 76 up towards King Street where those showers and storms have been prevalent. 88 over towards Goose Creek, and then 87 down towards Sullivan's Island at this time. Radar showing us a scattered showers and storms moving up and across the area. These spotty storms are going to continue as we go through the evening, and we'll see, we may have the risk for flooding, not so much tonight, but maybe tomorrow before we get to the light at the end of the tunnel. As I can see zooming in, some showers over Somerville right now, moving up towards Monk's Corner, maybe some embedded thunder in these. Up towards King Street and Trio as well, some stronger storms moving north across the area the weekend.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have today.
The news continues online at counton2.com. We'll see you back here at 11.